Back in December 1996, President Museveni launched the Universal Primary Education Policy in accordance with a 1992 government white paper on education. The state was to provide free education to 4 children from each household and committed itself to provide grants to cater for scholastic materials, core curricular activities like sport, and the management and maintenance of utilities such as water and electricity. The president has since instructed that all children of school-going age should benefit from the scheme. There is no doubt of the benefits of the program, with the sharp increase in enrollment rates, the provision for education to children with disabilities, reduced illiteracy rates, and the construction of thousands of more classrooms across the country, among others.
UPE has allowed other children who would never have entered these schools to go to these schools. Because remember that these schools like Nakasero, Kitante, have doctors, they have engineers, they have politicians, they have market vendors, all sorts, cross-section.
UPE has really helped Ugandan children to go to school. Very many could stay away doing casual labor at home. They were not getting education. These days we have so many children in classes, and that is quite a big achievement for our country.
However, in regard to public schools that before the program was introduced competed favorably with private schools in terms of standards, UPE could now be, according to some quarters, a problem too heavy to bear anymore. This is because parents paid fees that catered for most of the school's needs across all spheres. But with the reduced charges under the scheme, many are severely questioning the standard of education now being provided for Uganda's children, because after all, who can disregard the power of a good quality education?
The pupil-teacher relationship is really far, far, far more apart. With 100 children, which we are seeing in most of these top schools, the understanding of the teacher, of the learner, gets reduced.
In primary schools formerly regarded highly, such as Nakasero, Chitante, Shimoni Demonstration and East Kololo, signs of neglect are evident, and the pinch is now being felt and cannot be ignored.
So the parents are right to assume that when he has paid that money, he expects his child to have a meal at school. But today you cannot afford. Instead you will give, I think, an eighth of what is expected to be given to a child.
Now I'm seated in a P3 class here at Chitante Primary School, which I myself went to in the 90s. However, things have changed. The numbers, like you can see, have swollen.
Now, as a boy, I played tennis behind here. But it's very hard to know that these were tennis courts once, because they are overgrown with grass. And well, the net line now acts as a line for drying clothes.
The bustling real estate and hotel industry has also not spared some of these schools, which have had to either relocate or have had their land sold without notification.
You remember when we are still at our former site at Nile Avenue. But here, when we came in, we lost all our pupils. We are now just building a new Shimon. We are actually getting residues.
However, some experts in the sector still feel that parents have their own role to play in improving the situation for their offspring. But even amidst such glaring challenges, schools are trying to cope. And in consolation, we can borrow from the motto of this school.
The struggle continues for greater horizons.
Gabriel Epenu, NTV.